welcome back to the channel. Please ask that you like and subscribe. Just finished with the back brakes. The issue out there was the drum actually was a bit damaged, it had thrown up a bit, and so when I was pushing it fully on, that was catching on the new pad to stop the wheel from turning. But like I said, I got new drums coming, and now I'm going to do the front, and just thought I'd change the drums on the front as well. One, just I think it's worth it all round. Also, I've seen there's mismatching drums on either side. So one of them sits within the back shield and one of them goes over the edge like the rest. So at some point someone's changed it and only changed one side. So to be safe, when I was ordering, I just ordered the lot. But yeah, we'll go ahead, strip this down. Okay, so now the wheel's off, we're going to go around with a hammer. Give it a good tap all around. So that wheel there was actually seized when I pushed into the garage. I tried slapping off the adjuster of the back before, but seized on. See, there's plenty of meat on the shoes. Probably been recently replaced, but I'm going to replace them anyway. But good thing about this is there's no need to split the, take off the hub itself, because it's in two pieces, two master cylinders. You got the benefit that you can split it in half, take it off individually, and then likewise put it back on. You can just do one half at a time, get the shoes in. The downside to it is you've got extra cylinder, so you have to pay for that. And also on the back we have this brake pipe. This one's in okay condition. It's been replaced with a cop one at some time, but I'll probably make up a new cunifer one. But the other side still had the original steel one, and yeah, that was completely corroded. That's going to have to be replaced then. To get at the bottom, because we have this arm here, it's pretty difficult to get at, but yeah, we'll take the shoes out first, and then cylinders, they're just half-inch spanner on the back, they'll come off. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go for flexi hose first. This is a 9/16 fitting on the end of here. It's corroded up pretty bad. And then this hose is getting replaced as well. Obviously if you're just doing the cylinder and you're leaving the hose on, you need to clamp it and then get it taken off. Although I'm not sure if you'll be able to take it off with a clamp, because you've got to twist this hose, you might have to take it off higher up, and then that's gone stiff again. You can see whoever's fitted the kingpin last didn't fold the tabs down on the lock spacer, and that's causing the hose to get caught in that. So before I fit the new hose, I have to get that flattened down or knocked up to the nut. slowly this is coming. So that one there's out. I'll go to the rubbish, and then this side here, 7/16, I think. Yes. Yeah. And this has got a steel fitting on it, and the pipe itself is binding up on the fitting. When I make new ones, I'm going to use brass fittings. A bit better, worth a little bit of extra money for them. But this is twisting the pipe, that's going to break. But like I said, it's going to make new ones anyway. So I'll let that break, and I'll still have the majority of the pipe as a template. At least it's a lot better than the other side I have, which I'm going to have to make more from scratch. So yeah, that's the pipe snapped off. Really, there's no need for me to take this off now. It would just fit through with a cylinder, but I'm that close to taking it off anyway. I may as well continue. And you want to take these off before you slacken the cylinders, obviously, just so you have the cylinder itself clamped when you're undoing these. Get that by hand. That's off, and I'm going to go down to the lower ones, and it's exactly the same as this top. I won't bother showing you, but on this one I've got the bleed nipple facing forward. On the new ones I've got the bleed nipple is going straight out, but if you've got it facing forward, you're going to have to remove that as well before you take off the cylinder, sorry. Okay, I just wanted to point out a quick problem I've run into. As you can see, we have, this is the pipe here where it goes in, and that there will not come out without me first having to pull the cylinder forward a bit. But on the new ones, I'm going to put this pipe in on the front one and put the bleed nipple on the back, and that way I'm not going to have this problem of having to fit the pipe and the cylinder together. I can fit the cylinder and then fit the pipe later on. There'll be space enough for it. So 2 1/2-inch nuts on this, take that off, same on the top one, and then we can get them off and the shoe off. Okay, so I've got the nuts removed on the back. I'm going to go for the bottom one first, just to try and get this pipe out of the way. And I'm going to just tap that a little bit. I can see that started to move. This top one I think is pretty sealed. Okay, now that one starts to come as well. And then a small pry bar or screwdriver up behind this bottom one, and I'll just see whether there's any thread left on this pipe. There is not. Oh, there we go, that's the old pipe. I'll keep that just because it was actually fitting around quite nice. So the top bit I'm going to use the template, and then just change the bottom to go into the new nipple. Or the other nipple, that was the bleed nipple on this one. Give this a wedge out as well. So, let's see, bottom cylinder off. And if you're doing both sides and you bought a kit, these cylinders are sided. So you can't really mix up which one goes on where. But it's worth keeping them, just so you know. You can compare with the new ones. That's our top cylinder. And then finally, this will come off with a spring. And again, you take note of where the spring position sits inside the drum there. I'll put them back the same. So last thing to do before we start fitting the new stuff back on is give it a real good clean. I'm talking the inside and the back, because you're going to be making a new pipe up for the back. So the last thing you want is any dirt going into there. So I'll do paint scraper first, then wire brush, and then brake cleaner, and clean it down. Of course I'm going to put a mask on because there's brake dust in here that I don't want to be breathing in. Okay, so now I've cleaned up the back plate here, both inside of the drum sit and the back, because when I make the brake pipe up I don't want any contamination in there. I clean the hub off as best as I can. So next job now is going to be to fit the cylinders, and as I mentioned earlier, they are different left and right hand side, so you need to make note of that. And have the rower boots, if you like, facing the right way. So the top one, you're going to have the boot on this side, the bottom the boot on this side. Yeah, I'll get them fitted and then we'll fit the shoes. Okay, so yeah, grease them up on the thread so it's a bit easy to get off next time. Tighten them up. Do nice and tight, not too tight or you'll strip the thread in the cylinder itself there. And next thing you want to do is make sure that these are lined up properly. So I'm just going to turn this round 90 degrees. I'm going to have to turn the boot with it as well. And I want that slot to sit in the vertical plane. Same with this one. And just be careful because you can't have the boot move independently. And so you can have the boot looking in the vertical plane but the tab inside not, and then you're going to have all sorts of trouble. So yeah, they're aligned properly. I'm going to grease up the shoes. That sits in here, sits in there. Put the spring on. I'll show you which hole I put the spring in, and then I'll show you how I fit them with the hub still in place. Okay, so I'll hold that there so you can see where the spring goes. It's in that lower one there, you can see. And then I've greased the bottom there and the top with a copper slip. And I've also got the small adjustable to hand, help me push it in. But what I'll do is I'll get the spring hooked on first. A little bit fiddly. That's it hooked in. And then get the top in, and you want it to be compressing the little piston that's in there. I'll take this, I'll hold the top back. And there we go, that's in the groove, a little bit low down, so I'll get my cotton mallet. Wherever that's gone. No, here it is. Just knock that up to centre it. On these you can take a look to see that this pin is sat on the wound gear, and I'll give it a test later just to make sure it's turning. But yeah, same again for the other side, grease it up, spring on first, then you're going to go put the bottom on first this side, so you're getting the rubber in first, and then lever it into the top whilst holding the bottom in with your hand. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Hope you found it informative, helped you out. I'm not going to fit the drum because, like I said before, I'm still waiting on the new ones. But I've just fitted the hose as well. And next job is then I've got the brake pipe to do between the top and bottom cylinder on both sides. So for that I'm going to use a cunifer pipe with brass fittings. I think it's the best you can get. So hopefully it'll last a long time. But yeah, please make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you very much.